Oh, what's this? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Inside Star Citizen Review. This just happening in our Discord. Late breaking news. People in Austin are very upset, says Kotaku. We'll talk about this afterwards. I'm not going to be throwing that kind of vibe to start the show off. You know what I'm saying? But I've got my own slant on this, and some of my own people that I know from Austin that talked with me about this just recently. So I want to talk about this after the Inside Star Citizen Review. Let's get into the actual fun, the development, the guys. I'm really into this because I have always been about ground combat, FPS, like action. I love my shooters, and I've always been screaming, and they've been giving more love to the ground game. So I'm really interested in watching this episode, seeing if we can find any Easter eggs on future vehicles, perhaps. It's 15 minutes long. So that's a good one. I'm very, very excited about that. And let's just start it. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I hope you guys got your refreshments. Let's buckle up.
So ever since I was like a kid, really, I was interested in cars.
Richard.
And that interest in cars went to building them. And then I ended up kind of racing competitive esports for a while. And that kind of got me into the game industry, which allowed me to combine pretty much all my passions, really, that I have about vehicles and build them in video games. That's basically a dream come true for me.
I've been a fan of both planes and spaceships and cars equally for years. It's definitely something that I am invested in, and I really want to make it good and everything. My background is physics, and so spaceship physics or ground vehicle physics, it's all physics to me. It's excellent, and it's a lot of fun.
Dude, this could be very exciting. I know what Puma's saying is kind of putting a poo-poo in my diaper, you know what I mean? Soviet, don't put poo-poos in my diaper, man. What I am actually excited about is like shots like these and the feeling of the physics, you know what I'm saying? That gets me excited. That puts the juice in the veins. That's what I need. I need the speed. I need to feel the realism. I need to feel the dirt crunching underneath the terrain tires. I need to feel the spinning, the motion, the force. I need to feel the speed. Every bump. And right now with the actual topography and the planetary design right now, on some it's like almost damn near impossible to drive. We all know that. On others, much easier. And I think that should be I think that should relatively stay the same. I don't think that there should be much change, because a planet or a moon has the topography that it's going to have based upon a lot of different factors. And some people are screaming like, this is too bumpy, or this is too much. It's like, okay, let's stay true and real to what the planet or moon would be like based upon its position, its orbit, its atmosphere, what it's made up of, these types of things. So like, I don't think there should be like complete reworks of planets and moons based upon the fact that we just want to drive around and look cool, but it's at the same time, this is great. Like when I see this, it makes me feel really good. Like this excites me, put some weapons on there, high speed, mom's dancing. Hey, welcome to the family, Unlimited. How you doing?
Making the ground vehicles better.
Exactly,
they give us this ability
Dutch.
to have a more varied experience
Thank
in
you,
gameplay. Like they're never obviously going to match the maneuverability and abilities of a spaceship, but they serve a different purpose.
With a spaceship, you can fly around, you can get an overview of the planet, but if you go down on the ground, you get a much greater sense of the detail and the scale of the universe.
At the moment, I've been supporting the work that Bjarni's been doing on ground vehicles, which is really, really exciting. The physics model and tire model.
I like the courses involved in ground vehicles too.
I've seen in a while.
So right now we're working on a more physically based tire model. It's actually built on empirical data, so like real world data from tires.
Okay, this must be over in the EU. Bjarni Hannesen. I've never seen this guy before. It's nice when we see new faces here. He is a junior physics programmer. Okay, cool. Physics is so important. I mean, I think we'd all agree that physics is really important. Nobody wants to be flying around not feeling the feels, you know? It's got to be tight. It's got to be dead on. None of us want to fly around and feel like we're playing, Roblox. Like, this isn't that. We don't want, like, fake physics. We want as real as we can get. Welcome, boss. How you doing, man?
So the tire model handles how the wheel contacts to the ground, and
thank you, Killian.
So we simulate that actually with this curve that is calculated from the slip of the wheel. Now the slip of the wheel is actually how fast the wheel is turning, how fast the engine.
I like how he talks like this when he's talking about vehicles. He says the slip of the wheel. I like people who have this accent talk about speed, talk about fast vehicle. I like this. Everybody know this. I know this man make good fast vehicle, real physics. That's what I love. I love it. Every person that designs a vehicle for me should have this accent. I feel like people who have this accent are so hyper focused on like giving me the best experience possible that, who knows what this guy knows. But I feel because of his accent that he's going to give it to us.
It turns the wheel relative to the ground that's moving beneath it.
The stash is very
professional.
professional.
The tire that we're using right now works fine. But it's
very professional stash.
Arcadey, and we want to explore moving into a more physical-based one.
So each of the ground vehicles all are like wildly different ground vehicles, right? Having more flexibility over how you can tune the vehicles and
right,
more physically accurate way to tune the vehicles will result in a more believable experience that it's easier for us to...
Killian's from Germany is like, I want a German accent. I agree with that. I want, this is car you must drive. You must drive this car right now. Get in the car.
To achieve. And as a result, it's kind of pushed us to improve the system. So the result for the player is that you will see more vehicles that are behaving in the way that you expect. They sort of interact
Thank you, Drake, for that subscription, bro. You guys are awesome tonight. We're achieving all different types of hype levels. We're literally quantuming through hype levels right now. Soviet. As someone who speaks German, I'm highly offended.
Terrain much more correctly. You can slide them and also have periods of drift and so on. That is what you expect, and it's easier for us to achieve that, so you will get that more often. So each of the ground vehicles, all the ground vehicles we've made so far have very different roles.
I'm working on the Rock improved ground vehicles because it was the first kind of ground vehicle to have
absolutely, Brixie. Lots, Austin.
Purpose and
catch up on the channel, bro.
Because it had to be placed in difficult places to mine. So we definitely kind of look back over the technology we had.
Right, E-Rad.
We definitely made some improvements there.
Too much, man.
Better across the surface. And also, it's the first ground vehicle that we...
There's some realism to the shocks, okay? Like, I get it. They are bouncy, but I know what E-Rad's saying. There's at times it's like, like, it's a little much, man. Like, I get it.
Properly tuned the camera for that we had developed previously.
Right, E-Rad, right.
So we've got a camera that communicates when the vehicle is sliding, when you're flying around the corners. And
that slide was nice.
That it has.
Feeling the grips.
We're also working on the tank at the moment. This has been a big driving force behind a lot of the improvements we're making.
Good constructive criticism, Bricks.
A lot more parameters, and it's the first vehicle to use the track physics, which we have. So it's not steering by wheels turning. It's steering by difference in speed between the different treads. Tech that's come with the tank is...
You hear that? Different speeds with different treads. You see that? That's what I like out of my games. That's what I like. That realism, the authenticity, the detail, man. The things that people bitch about why the game's taking so long, I love them. Because I know there's that detail, man. There's that detail.
Just some more fine-tuning options now that we didn't have before, and that drastically improves the feel And also the ability of the ground vehicles to do things as well.
It looks goddamn good, and they shouldn't be bouncy, though. They should be heavy as shit, Rossi, you know?
You know, kind of made us look at the kind of missile experience that we have with the ground vehicles and how it drastically changes the needs of the missiles and how they aim. It's also basically highlighted the fact that we also need to massively change how we communicate the ground vehicle experience, you know, overall with
That's beautiful.
the UI.
That's beautiful.
You know, because we don't have UI for the ground vehicles right now, you know, to the same standard as the ships. It's probably fair to say that the it's probably one of my favorite vehicles, the Cyclone. So adding kind of missiles to that just adds an element of kind of fun.
We gave one of those away. I think, what was it, the G12? I think it was the G12 that had the anti-air.
So as far as ground vehicles moving forward, where we go is we start with a core time model improvement, which will drastically improve the kind of overall physics that drives the ground vehicle. Then basically on top of that, we've already done some work on the camera system, but we need to create more of a bespoke experience with camera. So, you know,
Yeah, I agree with Max. You know, I think it's nice as a content creator to have those third-person views, Max. So, like, I always kind of support it, but I hope they don't rely on it or, like, lay down on it too much, Max. So I get you, bro. Rossi says, when I was still in the Army, we, this light infantry, would latch onto the top turret for a free ride. That'd be great. A la old school, like, Halo, you know? How you hop on the tonk in Halo. That's cool, man. Wasn't he in Game of Thrones as Unlimited?
We're looking at improvements to the core camera system, and that all come just from a more realistic physics base. We're definitely not going to go full simulation here. It requires you to have a full steering wheel set up, but we want the same feelings and emotions to be expressed with the ground vehicles so that it feels right. And then, a big part of the ground vehicle experience that we would definitely want to improve is the lack of the HUD, to be frank with you. And also just bring the ground vehicles up to the same standards in terms of all the systems. Then in the future, add the missile operator mode UI as well.
See, that's...
So you'll have all the same systems.
Some of that shouldn't be in there, the physics on that. Or they need to tweak it, and that's okay. It will happen. You know what I mean? I get it. Some are going to have less gravity than others, and you're going to have that. But I didn't like what I saw right there. But that's okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's going to be improved upon. It's just baby steps, man. It's all just like baby steps. It just builds upon itself. So like what I'm seeing right now, right there, I didn't like that. I didn't like seeing that huge ass ballista entire like, you know, like, okay. But I like what they're talking about. They're talking about the grips, the feels, the treads, the different like textures on the actual wheels, or what makes the vehicles move. And they're talking about the forces, the physics on it. Cool.
Systems that the ships do.
Right, lower gravity. That's definitely a lower gravity.
The compass on the hood as well, so
right.
You don't get lost. Because I get lost quite a lot on the planets, but that's just because I end up landing somewhere random and, you know, just go for a drive and I just watch the sunset go down.
Star Citizen is more than just a space game.
Professional Jared. Professional Jared, man. He's putting the gel in his hair, man. Like professional Jared. Professional Jared, man. This is the year of professional Jared. The professional Jared game is tight right now. He's got A+. He's got the hair gel in. He's trimming the beard up, man. Professional Jared. Let's give it to him. Hold on a second. Professional Jared. Professional Jared. 2021 seems to be a good year for development and professional Jared.
Explore the cosmos and make your way through the universe, charting a path that's uniquely your own. And wherever that path happens to take you, you're likely to need a ground vehicle at some point along the way. But when you're not adventuring, maybe you'll spend your time in your hab, your outpost, or your local hospital. Let's take a look now at how some of those are progressing and more in this week's Sprint Report.
Yes.
Starting things off this week, let's begin with some smaller updates from the EUPU feature team, who just completed a sprint on bug fixes.
Say that 10 times fast. EUPU.
To existing systems like the refinery kiosk.
Thank you, Anarchy. Thank you.
Including this new welcome splash screen and a fix to the close window button that wasn't working before. They also added an auto logout for those people who go to the library and like to leave their email open for anyone else to see.
Okay, auto logout's nice.
They also continued to work on the mining UI in line with the new subcomponents we talked about.
I love that they did that, because that is a pain in the ass when you can't use a terminal because some douche and close out, man. So that's really cool that they have that feature in there. I wish they'd do that for dual universe. With the market areas are ridiculous in dual universe, man. They need to clean that shit up. Novacore, seriously, you guys seriously got to step up your game. Just saying. This is mining. I am looking. Look at that. Look at that.
Week. The new additions allow for the display of precise benefits from each component, and also work for the previous consumables as well, so players can better and more knowledgeably tune their mining experience. They're also working on animating the scan bars as part of an overall push to expose more and more information to the player.
Nice.
Members of the modular content team recently completed a sprint on the non-commercial overlays for refinery decks coming to Alpha 3.13. What you're seeing here at the moment is a pre-lighting pass, which always does a lot to sell the proper mood and atmosphere of industrial areas like this. What they did here was take some of the more common traversal areas in several of the stations and began ripping out many of the adverts that were present, exposing more of the layered industrial guts that were previously hidden to the player from underneath. Also gone are some of the seating areas, plants, decor, and other amenities found in the larger stations, and a more utilitarian and functional space is left in its wake. Now, this isn't being applied to every station, but only a few select smaller ones with refinery decks in an effort to distinguish them a bit more from their flashier, more commercialized cousins. Now, it may be a bit flat looking at the moment, but once the lighting pass changes are in, it'll begin to bring out the personality a bit more in these smaller, more industrialized stations. If you remember our segment on the Interaction Zoo with Calyx from last year, you may be excited to hear that folks from the lighting team have begun to dig into his toy box of technical knickknacks and playthings to set up a habitation test bed of their own, starting with splitting all of the existing lighting into sectional circuits that can be controlled or affected by the player individually. Such as a proximity sensor in the foyer to light and to light the entrance, a master control panel with different lighting.
Okay, I dig that they're trying to make it a little bit more customized. The apartments is kind of like Apartment 2.0. That's cool. That's cool. You know, dare I say that like it'd even be cool if like lighting could be placed in certain manners by yourself in your own apartment to give it that like special kind of, you know, pizzazz, if you will. But I like that they're doing this. This is definitely an upgrade. This makes me feel like it's more customized, and I'm definitely down for that. I dig it. Oh, Soviet's like, wait for it.
States for the entire hab. Localized controls for each distinct area, like the kitchen or the bunk.
Ooh!
And then, in case you still weren't able to set exactly the mood you're looking for, control of the individualized prop lights, like lamps, giving players unprecedented control of how they.
Okay, ask and you shall receive. Oh, what? All right. There we go, boys. That's nice, man. Very excited. People, Devin's like, what's going on, Dad? What's going on? He's yelling downstairs, and neighbor next door is wondering why I'm laughing so much. This is good. This is good. That is exactly what I'm looking for out of this game. That is exactly what I am looking for out of this game. What everyone wants in this game. Customization. Give yourself that unique, you know, the unique quality that everybody's looking for to make their own experience different from somebody else's, man. And to share that, that's cool. That's cool.
They light their own space.
Woo! I love the
step in this.
Of course, you can see the lighting effect.
Integrating the destructible and replaceable colored lights from the Interaction Zoo, providing even more customization options for players going forward.
Okay, this is really cool because I'm a lighting guy in real life. I'm a lighting designer in real life, so this is actually very, very cool for me. I'm going to be experimenting a lot with this and get my ideas on what the lighting effects are actually doing. Yeah, Phillips, you, dude.
Let's check in on the continuing white box progress of hospitals by stepping into New Babbage once more and seeing where they're at. Now, this is the view when you leave the service ward and enter the lobby.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it full time, Dutch. I'm going to be a pirate in game, bro.
To reveal even more of the Aspire Grand up above. The pharmacy is still on the right, but now on the left, we have new information and security stations as well.
All right. That's going to be... That security information area is going to be directly rooted with bounty hunting. I can almost guarantee it. That would be very cool. You know, this is something that we've been asking for, like central locations for bounty hunters, like a collection of data of people who've broken the law. You can go through, you can kind of like search through the person that you're looking for. That's pretty cool. Oh, is that security for the hospital? Oh man. Okay, so that's security for the hospitals. Dude, I'm really looking forward to the medical play in hospitals as well. Man, I really want there to be like a central kind of bounty hunting guild or central bounty hunting location, you know? I really want one of those. I really want one of those. I'm a pirate, and I'm not, you know, like I want somebody that's tracking me to have a center to be able to find my name in there, like DG360, who's this dude. You know, I totally want that. Okay, no, I'm not gonna miss it. I'm back to you guys. Okay. I'm just going off on a tangent. Let me go off on a tangent.
New information and security stations as well. Now, if we head back into the wards themselves, we can find nice communal areas like this gorgeous view of the new Babbage skyline. Off to the left and right leads to nurse and doctor and triage stations and many of the kinds of areas you'd expect to find in a fully functioning hospital.
It's time for my bath, nurse.
Now, even though this is still in white box phase, you can imagine what it will look like with New Babbage's trademark signage helping to distinguish between the various recovery rooms, surgical theaters, storage areas, blood labs, and more. And if you play like I do, you're going to spend a lot of time here, so it's important that it can handle the load.
Okay, that was good. Woo, that got me. Did
I make that same joke last time? You bet I did. It's a test to see if anybody's paying attention to what...
Thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you, Doc. That's hilarious. I love Jared, man. That's good. That was good. We're paying attention, bro. We're paying attention.
Said here. Fidelity. Immersion. Bespoke. The hospital will really punch above its weight class.
Hospitable.
Now, it wouldn't be a sprint report these days without a continuing look at the progress of our colonialism outposts. So here's a look at further white box progress. Most of the work this sprint was in determining all the things white box is normally
so excited about all this, man. 2021's a good year.
How all the various modules will connect and function with one another. Figuring out how to set up the necessary viz areas while adapting for the sloped exterior walls. Continuing to work out all the necessary runtime environment probes needed to allow lighting from the exterior to creep in through the windows to the interior and potentially the other way around as well.
So
basically, it's work preserving the necessary modularity so that these outposts can work in multiple configurations while adapting the blend tech to properly allow for spill into each room without noticeable lines everywhere. Folks also want to take another pass at this bathroom area, which is currently feeling a bit too much like a spaceship and not what we'd expect to see in a frontier outpost. They're also working with design to mark out interactable areas or future spaces for players to customize their space further.
Butts on parade for Rossi. Rossi isn't even paying attention to outposts. He's just looking at all the butts right now. Rossi, keep your eyes on the outpost, brother. You know, here's the cool thing. Like, I like what Jared's saying about being able to like piece these together and adapt these things together. And I think they're talking about strictly for the designers right now and all the NPC outposts that they want. But I hope they're also talking about, you know, being able to do this on an individual basis for the gamer. That would be great. That would be good. Oh, what did I miss, Erad? What did I miss? I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me what I missed? I heard everything. 10 seconds back. Hold on. Where are we at? They do this every once in a while, especially when Soviet's here. When Soviet's on stream, he's like, dude, you need to rewind and listen to that again, DG. Okay, I'm going exactly 10 seconds back here. Hold on a second.
Spaceship and not what we'd expect to see in a frontier outpost. They're also working with design to mark out interactable areas or future spaces for players to customize their space further with equipment or even decorative flair all their own. The social space
customizable for decorative flair
in the last couple weeks. As things sometimes do, it began to balloon in size before it was decided to bring it back in to a more intimate setting. Here we see one of the various connection collars that can link to a number of different modules, including this garage we first showed.
Kind of alluding to the fact that perhaps we'll be able to do this as players, which would be great, which needs to happen. I mean, owning land and building on that land is primarily, that's the prime directive. I think that's the prime directive for an MMO. I think when you have that in an MMO, it makes it more successful because it feels like you have ownership, you know? I know right now in Dual Universe, it's one of the main attractions why I stick around in Dual Universe and play the game, because everything that I do, I own. You know, I put beacons down on land. I own the land. I build on the land. I harvest the materials on the land. I build with those materials. It makes me feel like I actually own it. So it's exactly what I'd like to see out of Star Citizen as well.
A couple weeks ago. The current thinking here is that there should be an airlock here so that the garage can be depressurized if necessary on certain planets or moons, as well as a hatch up above for the very same reason. Ultimately, it's just nice to follow along with the continued progress of these outposts that'll first be used in NPC settlements across Stanton and Pyro, and then eventually be rolled out to player use after that. Finally, before we let you go this week, there are sprints, and then there are tiny experiments devs do from time to time to see what's possible. And recently, someone on the VFX team tried revisiting our existing lightning effects ahead of some expected work on Pyro, and then combining that with our new and upcoming emissive.
I don't know if that's player outpost confirmed. I'm not going to go that far with it, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting because it makes me feel like it's more leaning towards player outposts, man, for sure. For sure. I didn't miss it, but I'm not going to fall into it just in case. Just in case, Soviet. You know what I mean? He literally said for players later, give me the time mark. 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 20 seconds back. Hold on. Give it to me or I'll eat you.
Eventually be rolled out to player use after that.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Hold on a second. Let me hold on a second. All right. I'm cool.
Finally, before we let you go this week, there are sprints, and then there are tiny experiments devs do from time to time to see what's possible. And recently,
thank you, fam.
someone on the VFX
this is why I love watching you.
Yeah,
I scared him, man. I scared him. They're not used to me. What's up, Gravy?
And then combining that with our new and upcoming emissive particle lighting system to see if they could improve the look of one of Star Citizen's oldest assets, the dying star from Arena Commander. Now this is literally a VFX doodle done during a meeting. But it's got others excited about the possibilities not just in improving existing maps like Arena Commander, but applications elsewhere like in...
Bless you, Anarchy. You know that money's coming right back to you, man. We're going to take some of the money donated to our community and give it to Anarchy to design some really cool shit for our Discord that just got boosted. Professional, by the way. Thanks everybody for those who helped boost the server. Anarchy's going to give us like a really cool animated logo for the server, 50 new emojis, a really cool background template for welcoming new people to the Discord, and you guys are going to help pay him. Thank you so much. Anarchy literally just paid himself. Thank you, Killian. Thank you, Killian. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. This is very, very exciting. By the way, after the show, we're going to talk about some of the breaking news that's just across the wire.
Gas clouds in the persistent universe and at the center of the forthcoming Pyro system, which was the inspiration for Arena Commander's map to begin with. So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that there are many ways left to improve the ground vehicle experience in Star Citizen, and that some of those are already underway right now.
Good.
That there's a new Cyclone variant on the way, and driving improvements for all vehicles, alongside development of the Nova tank and the recently released Grey Cat Rock. that Habs may someday
So
let
slick.
you light up your life any way you want, and that those outposts just
really
can't come
amazing,
soon enough.
hitting
It'll be
it
worth the wait.
out of
For
the
Inside Star
park.
Citizen, I'm Jared
This
Huckabee.
year,
We'll see you all next week.
can I just say this year, like every Inside Star Citizen this year has literally, he's knocked them out of the park every single episode. There has not been one lame duck of an episode this year. Not yet. We are into March. And Jared is so professional. It has been such a good year. We're seeing what we want to see. We're seeing the development. We're seeing things that are important to game mechanics. And they've been relatively good quality. They've been very, very good quality. I'm very happy. I am really, really, really happy. Yeah. Jared's got a great stream too. Every once in a while, I check it out as well. He's just a really nice guy, very chilled out. And he comes up with some really dry jokes that my dad would probably, say. But like, I appreciate dad jokes and dad humor. But thank you everybody for watching the show here. For those on the stream, we're going to have some bonus stream for you after this. For those watching on YouTube, thanks for joining us. You got to join us live, man. Fam here. Thank you everybody for showing up live tonight. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate all the support. Shout outs to many of you tonight. Let's get through all the amazing people who have done so much tonight. I mean, like, there's so many people. Kilowatt, Killian, Dutch, Soviet, Techno, Ross, Bostitch, Drake, Anarchy, Doc, all you guys. Thank you so much for everything you did financially for the channel, for us. It helps upgrade us and make us look more professional. And hey, we'll end this show, and don't worry about it. This is going to YouTube's, and you stick around on stream live. We got more to talk about, much more.